Yeah.
If it's another
and that
puzzle,
last one was hard. Like,
if it's another puzzle, I might just like need to take the defeat. I'm just gonna sit there doing nothing. Like,
not good. I'm very sad. I'm very angry. It's made it very clear that if I need to win this next challenge. Which, like, I don't know. Did I use up all my luck? Did I use it all up? Yeah, he had his idol.
yeah, the idol.
He had the idol.
Yeah. Told you, yeah, the idol. One already found it. Napa.
we like walked over there, and I was like, wait, that wasn't on his necklace before.
Yeah, no, he
I
got
know. As soon as he came over, I was like, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
That's why I had to leave.
Yeah, he showed me, and he was like, "Can I trust you?" I'm like, "Sure."
He told you?
That was his first mistake.
Yeah, that felt bad. I'm just worried about how we're gonna go into juries. I don't feel like I've done myself any favors by betraying Dom like I did. So I don't know. I'm not confident, but if I get immunity here, that would help my situation. I think a lot. Everybody can at least tolerate me, I think, apart from Dom. Dom's probably so mad.
Well, there's gotta be 3 of us left.
I know, one more time.
I'm glad it's only one more. Starting to wear myself out a little bit.
No, I've been having fun. I haven't won one. Like, well, I mean, I won the team one, but I also haven't won anything. Like,
I'd like to win something.
Looking
at you.
I went into this whole thing. I was like, yo, like, if I'm gonna get fired, I'm gonna need to win.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't won a single thing.
I came into this like I'm not winning anything.
Yeah, I was thinking in the balance one. I was like, I gotta win this. As soon as it got down to just us two, I was like, oh, I gotta win this. And in that position where my feet were, I was not stable at all, and so I was like, I gotta do something new.
Well, because the only reason
That one was hard.
The only reason why I think I did so well is because when I did like karate all my life, and then on every Saturday we would just do that, like
No way.
balance stuff for hours. Like we would just do that balance stuff just for fun all the time.
It's for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do a slack line or like
That's so
very
cool.
narrow. Yeah, but like when
cool,
I
though.
had to have my feet like this, my brain was like, no.
That's cool though. That
Yeah.
like, I mean like, I've never done that before.
My alliance is getting stronger with every vote. Hope they didn't hear that. Was kind of loud. It's fine. We're just hoping that one of us can secure immunity next round. So.
All right, welcome back everybody. 4 survivors left of the Waifu tribe. It's getting intense, and it's gonna get more intense after today's challenge. Immunity is back up for grabs, so I'm gonna need to take that from you, Virginia. Let's see if you can get a hat trick and get it 3 times in a row. So today's challenge is fairly simple. Over there you'll see 4 cones. Each of you will place a cup full of water on an upside down traffic cone. You will slowly lift the water cup all the way above your head. If any cups fall on the way up, we'll restart. Once they're all above your head, If your cup falls, you are out of the challenge. Last one with a cup above their head will win immunity and a guaranteed spot in the final 3. All right, pick your spots and we'll get started. Survivors ready? Go. Carefully hoist it up. I'll let you know when the challenge officially, all right, the challenge did not officially start for Kane. We're just going to refill Kane's real quick. Survivors ready? Go. All right, everybody's needs to be above their head, now. Riley, just a little bit higher. You can adjust your grip, but that works for me. The challenge is to go, Riley, if you could just get that a little bit higher above your head. We are in this challenge. Virginia adapting the same strategy of choosing one spot to look at. It's worked for her. Last 2 challenges, let's see if it works now. We have a little bit of shaking. Kane's is a little forward. Get that a little bit above your head if you can. With your arms, not your head. And if it falls, you're out of the challenge. After tonight's vote, 3 people left. 3 finalists that will be going to final tribal council and have a shot, a 1 in 3 shot at winning $50. Riley's second guessing a little bit. Kane needs to get that cup a little bit higher above his head. And if it falls, that's the challenge. Kane's shaking, trying to adjust. He's gonna need to adjust if he wants to stay in this challenge. Dan, rock solid. Everybody has advantages and disadvantages in this game. Size being one of them. All right, let's up the stakes a little bit. Let's get that cone completely over your head, like it's on top of your dome. And if it falls in the process, you're out. I'm gonna go check to make sure everybody's are above their domes. Virginia, above your scalp. Riley, above your scalp. Kane, especially you, above your scalp. Dan, bring it up a little bit higher. Virginia, good. Kane, good. Riley, just a little bit higher above your head. Everybody's good. Dan, bring it a little bit closer to your scalp. Like higher, like further back. Now it's gotten more difficult. We have more shaking. Kane looking around, his cup droops a little bit. Riley swaying. Riley getting nervous. Dan showing a little sign of struggle now. Trying to adjust his grip. All right, we're gonna raise the stakes. It's gonna be hard, but we're gonna find out who wins this challenge. Everybody, dominant hand on the cone. Non-dominant hand off the cone. Everybody off in 3, 2, everybody off. Now, keep your dominant hand on. Virginia, take the other hand off. If another hand touches the cone, you are out. Virginia keeping her arm straight. Dan buckling a little bit. Riley makes me think that she's gonna touch her cone. She just fixes her glasses. Dan, first one out of this challenge. 3 people remain. Riley out of this challenge. 2 left. Kane, get that above your head. Virginia struggling. Kane, get that higher above your head, all the way. Vertical line if you can. Just like that, yep. Virginia drops out, meaning Kane is safe from the vote. Kane wins immunity.
That was hard.
Good job, guys. All right, Kane wins immunity. Won his first individual immunity challenge, safe from the vote tonight, and advancing to the final 3. The rest of you, I have nothing left for you. Head back to camp.
My veins like popping out in my arm from that.
Yeah.
Feel about winning that challenge?
I feel horrible. Just kidding. Of course I don't. Win immunity when I had to. Haven't won a challenge this time.
wait.
Yeah, I just feel really, really bad about winning immunity and guaranteeing my spot in the top 3. Really torn up about it. I've been playing a pretty strong game, I think. Now it's just about, I'm already guaranteed, pleading my spot to the jury. I think that, you know, maybe I've made some enemies, but I think that if they're a fan of the game, they'll be a fan of what I had to do. I mean, I feel like I led every vote. All the votes sort of went my way.
I was thinking that he was going to be like stand on one leg or something like that.
The one hand was definitely
The one hand, yeah, the one hand was, yeah. That was, of course, it was the one that like would make me not be able to deal with it. I was barely holding on with 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like I was definitely using like my left hand because I'm left hand dominant. So I was definitely using my left hand more, but the right hand was there for like balance control.
Yeah.
And the second it wasn't, I was just all over the place. Feeling like my shoulders are about to be super built, but I'm also very happy for Kane. He's been waiting for his win, so he deserves it, and makes me feel safer knowing that he's the one wearing it.
Even if we weren't sticking to a plan, she is very much a threat.
Yeah. Guys, how do you spell your name?
Are you talking about Rachel?
Rachel, yeah.
No, I felt so bad. I spelled her name wrong.
I mean, you just.
I was like, not only
It's okay.
am I voting you out, but I'm also getting your name wrong. I'm so sorry.
I only said something because it was funny to me. I love it when people spell things wrong.
It's okay. It's not what matters.
No.
You got the point across. I think I'm going home because they're all their own little thing, which it's part of the game. I get it, but so it is what it is. I really don't imagine them like turning on each other last second. Like that's not gonna happen. So, but good for them. Congrats to Kane, and looking forward to it.
4 weekly remaining. Now let's invite in our jury of 4 members. Reagan, Dom, and now Rachel. Voted out at last tribal council. 4 jury members, 4 people remaining. Riley, how does it feel?
Kind of scary getting up to like the last moment, you know.
Did you think you were going to make it this far?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
When did you think you were going to get voted out?
Like before coming here, I thought I was gonna be like one of the first people to go. And then like, I don't know, I met my tribe and like, I felt a little more secure once I was here. But leading up to today, I felt like I wasn't gonna do great.
Are you still feeling secure?
Never fully secure, unless, you know, having immunity.
Immunity. Speaking of which, Kane, immunity at that last challenge. How was that challenge?
Well, it really came down to who could endure it the longest and who really wanted it the most. Haven't won a thing all game, but I knew now was my time to finally pull it in and get this necklace. So,
Do you think you won it the most?
I mean, I think the challenge showed.
Virginia won the previous 2 immunity challenges. I think she's won every individual immunity challenge to date, except for this one. How did it feel to know that your neck is on the line at this tribal council after being safe?
Not good, but it's okay.
Now, Dan, how are the few minutes of camp time that you had to discuss tonight?
Our usual ritual of swinging on the rope was not going to happen at this point. I feel like we were all pretty tired after that last community challenge.
It's more thug life now than pug life, huh?
A bit. I was never one to say that, but yeah, you get it.
He was always thug life.
Thug life from the start over there.
So I'm looking at the tribe, and I don't want to inform anybody's decisions, but it looks like we have 1, 2, 3 previous Daifu members. Am I correct?
Yeah.
That is correct.
And 1 remaining WEMA member. How does it feel to be the last WEMA member? Are you seeing a trend?
Yes.
Right. Well, Kane, do you think there is any chance that this idea that it's Daifu versus WEMA, do you think that could get shaken up a little bit tonight?
Well, I don't really think the numbers are going to show that that's even really possible. I think that Daifu is, we stuck together throughout this game, and I think we're going to continue to stick together until the final 3. You know, we lost that first one, but I think we've been going strong since the very first challenge.
Big statement from Kane, nodding to the jury. You look over to the jury, we're gonna have 4 WEMA members and 1 Daifu member. So Kane's loyalty to Daifu, that's gonna get him through this tribal council. Then at the final 3, which he's definitely advancing to with that necklace, he's gonna be looking at an entire jury full of WEMA members after being loyal to Daifu. Should be interesting. Virginia, you're up.
Listen, they made it very clear at Tribal Council that it is goodbye time for me. And that's just how it has to be sometimes, so.
I'll go tally the votes. Whoever is remaining after this vote will advance to the final 3, where they will have a 1 in 3 shot at winning $50 and being crowned sole survivor.
Now that's some money.
Before I read the votes, if anybody has a hidden immunity item they'd like to play, now's your chance.
I sure wish.
Well, guess I'll read the votes then. First vote, Virginia.
That's Virginia. I'm sorry.
Does it actually say that?
That's Virginia, therefore it doesn't count for me.
Sorry guys, I can't spell.
Virginia.
Let's go.
Riley. 2 votes, Virginia. 1 vote, Riley.
Your no.
1 vote remaining.
This is a toughie.
Yeah, I wonder.
This is a toughie.
5th person voted out of Survivor Wood River, and the final member of our jury, Virginia. Virginia?
Let's vote. I'm sorry.
The tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
Goodbye.
So, like Kane said, Daifu remains strong, but no matter how strong Daifu is, there can only be 1 solo survivor. Virginia, along with the 4 members of the jury, will now be responsible for voting who should win Survivor. The jury will have an opportunity to ask you each individually a question, or have 1 question and then ask everybody that question. This will help them get a better idea of who they should vote for. Before they start asking questions, you will each individually have a chance to plead your case as to why you should win the title of Sole Survivor and $50. Head back to camp.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm loud and proud. It's a bummer to be voted out, but honestly respect them for sticking together through and through. I would have done the same. I mean, we intended to do the same, but now we're all together again and it's so sweet. But proud of myself for winning 2 challenges. I didn't even think I would be winning one of them, so glad I made it as far as I did, and this was very fun, so I'm satisfied.
I don't know. I feel like I didn't expect to make it here. Well, I shouldn't say I feel like I didn't expect. I definitely didn't expect to make it here. I didn't expect to make it past like maybe second council when Dom tried to make a play for Kane and Kane tried to make a play for Dom. I thought that in that whole thing that Dom was playing off and trying to get me into it. But he stayed true to his word, and now I've got to try to convince him to vote for me, even though I wasn't true to my word. I feel like he might respect the hustle. I'm hoping so. But aside from that, I feel like my abilities in the challenges have been fairly well shown, apart from that last one. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had no hope. But yeah, I feel like I did well in all the challenges. I did solid. I didn't win any of them, but I feel like I'm okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think everyone hopes to win, hopes to at least make it to the final 3, and it's an incredible feeling to have been able to lock that down. And felt very comfortable at tribal council, knowing that my head wasn't on the chopping block. But hopefully, I can just convince the jury that I did what I could to stay ahead of this game, put myself into alliances, and I really feel like I held myself in the game with my planning and the moves that I made, so hopefully I can just convince them that I played the game how it's supposed to be played, and they can respect that.
It feels good being in the final 3, as our original tribe before the merge. We did what we said we were going to do, and it's us, the final 3, but when it comes to who wins, I don't know, I feel like I didn't win any of the challenges, so like it was strategy that got me to where I am, not immunity. And I feel like there's something to say for that.
All right, everybody come on in. Here we have our final 3. Jury, get a good look, because you will be deciding one of these 3 to be the sole survivor. Let's get a little bit of a feel for how it feels to be final 3. Starting with you, Dan.
I mean, I definitely didn't expect to make it this far, but I'm glad I did. Feels quite nice. Yeah, I would say. Feels like I did my best out there.
Kane.
Yeah, I think early on in the game, you hope that you can make an alliance that makes it all the way to the final 3, and I think it feels really nice to actually succeed with that, and I think that was honestly our biggest strength throughout the whole game.
Riley.
I mean, what they said, it feels good to be here, but it's also like scary having to like make a case to the people that, you voted them out, but that's
without fail. All of us voted.
That's the name of the game, and that was on our alliance, that was our plan, and we stuck to it.
Dan brings up a good point. Without fail, you guys... Apart from your original...
Reagan, yeah.
Yeah, apart from Reagan, you guys have been on the winning side of the vote many times. So, as it got you to the final 3, like you said, but now you're looking at the faces of everybody that you voted out. So,
but
luckily,
it was decisions we made together, so
yeah, I think
it can't be pinned on one person. It's got to be all of us.
All 3 of you are in the same boat. So now, before we hand the power over to the jury, we're going to give each of you a chance to plead your case. Although you've all been together this entire time, now is the time for you to set yourself aside and try to convince the jury why you should be the winner of Survivor Wood River. Let's start with Kane.
Well, again, as I said, I feel like, I did a good job establishing a good alliance at the beginning of the show, and really stuck through to that. My name was on a lot of votes, but I think that with my alliance and with some of the moves I made, to, try to split the vote early when I knew it was going to come down to me and Dom. I think that was really crucial for me to not only keep myself, but keep, my tribe with the numbers advantage. And I just think, obviously we all voted you guys out, but you guys are all fans of the show and you guys know the game. It's part of it. But I just think really my biggest claim to hope to win is that, I played smart with the alliances, and when I needed to win a challenge, I needed to lock myself in. I was able to, guarantee a spot in the final 3, and I hope you guys consider that while making your decision.
Riley.
I think that everyone played a great game, but I think my strength kind of came from, besides the one group that we won, the one event that we won as, our own tribe. Besides that, I went the whole game without immunity. And, I still managed to stay here and, get to the end. And I think that has something to say for the way I play my game, Yeah.
Dan.
I feel like I couldn't help but make enemies here. I'm definitely looking at you, Dom. I'm sorry. But I feel like you know how the game is played, and you know that as soon as I saw that I had to make a play and that you were going to be too much of a threat, and Kane was already gunning for you, so I felt like I really needed to do that. And yeah, I apologize, but had to be done. But besides that, I feel like my performance in the challenges has kind of spoken for itself. I put in some solid stuff apart from that last one. So I just hope you guys can see that and factor that in.
All right, now the power goes over to the jury. In order of elimination, we're going to have each jury member ask a question to one, two, or all of you to help them better decide who should be the winner of Survivor Wood River. Start with you, Abby.
So you guys voted me out first. We were in an alliance, and you guys talk about having this awesome alliance to the end. Sad I could not be a part of it. I would like to know who had the idea to vote me out, and why should I put your name down when clearly you guys all betrayed me?
Who is that going to?
Whoever had the idea better own up to it. So you can own up to it, and then everyone else can speak.
I think it was kind of a joint decision.
Nobody came up with
it
on their own. Kane
I
came
think
over and said that maybe Abby, and I was like, I thought that too.
I think we all recognize that you might have had a bit of a home court advantage, and
Yeah.
I think that us as RIC students, we felt, we were maybe a little bit of an outsider, considering this is a group of people that you knew a little bit better, and we were just thinking in the future to the merge, we didn't want to have, a teammate that would be a little bit more liable to flip and, again, give them the numbers. So, we had to vote somebody out, and we just figured in terms of the long game, that was probably our best bet. No hard feelings,
We're sorry.
hopefully.
Your name wasn't the only one.
Oh, it was not.
No.
It was not.
I feel like through the course of our whole tribal council with our original tribe, everyone's name was brought up. Everyone was, everyone's head was on the chopping block, so to speak.
All right, Reagan.
So, historically, Survivor's been a game where you really do whatever it takes to get to the end. But in this game, do you guys think you played with as much honor and integrity as you could? Or did you think there was some active deceit and betrayal among us, or among you, specifically, all of you?
Well, I think besides from having to vote our teammate out after losing the first challenge, I think that it's a very common trend in Survivor to see, the teams stick together even after the merge. And again, it really came down to when the numbers were even. At least I kind of figured that I'd be the one with the target on my back, and I figured if I could do whatever I can to, at least get Rachel to maybe reconsider something, swing the numbers my way a little bit. But other than that, I don't think we played very deceitfully. I think most of the votes went the way that kind of people thought they were going to go.
Yeah, I think the only one in this group that could be considered as playing deceitfully would be me, but I've owned up to it. I knew that it was pretty much my only option because Kane had been really trustworthy throughout the game, and to see Dom kind of gun for Kane was kind of raising alarm bells, and so I said, okay, which one do I trust more?
And I knew he had that idol. I knew he had that idol, and I was right. I could smell it on him.
Yeah, and he had so I had to do it.
I think that we definitely played a safe game sticking with our alliance, especially as our numbers got bigger in comparison to who was left, but sometimes the safe option is the smart one, so.
Dom.
So, in the limited time I had with you three, I didn't really talk to Kane at all, but I talked to Dan about flipping, and I talked to Riley about flipping. I know both of those were obviously fake, but I basically came in here with my mind made up almost entirely. But I want to know, was there ever any idea in any of your heads to actually flip on your alliance? Because playing it safe is not always the smartest way to go, because eventually one of you is going to have to emerge as victorious.
I think that going into the merge, I had my alliance in my back pocket, and I was like scoping out what was happening over in your tribe. But after, the conversation that we had, you guys seemed pretty set in your ways in your alliance, and I thought it would be best for me to stick with mine.
Yeah, I must say the only time when I was really that kind of up in the air about something was when you had mentioned that Riley had considered me a threat, that you had overheard that, and so that kind of made me a little bit worried, but I stuck with the course and it worked out.
Rachel.
Riley, something you said earlier caught my attention, because what you said was you believe that you deserve this so far because you've gotten here and you haven't won individual immunity.
Right.
But that's also the case with Dan.
That is also the case with Dan.
So I wanted to know if you had anything else to kind of...
I mean, in a game of strategy, I guess, I don't know, I guess not really. Me and Dan were in the same boat. We didn't win individual immunity, but we both showed that we tried our best to win it. It just didn't fall our way.
All set, Rachel?
Yeah.
Virginia.
I feel like we've talked a lot about the alliance, but we're also choosing based on you as individual people. So, alliance aside, who are you and what have you brought to this game?
Well, I think that, I'll go ahead and answer that first. I think that I've tried to stay a couple steps ahead of the game from the beginning. I mean, even from the first vote, I was already thinking long-term, at least till the merge, trying to put myself in the best position for endgame. And when it came down to that last challenge, I knew that somebody had to beat you. Someone from this tribe had to, get immunity, and it came down to, they both got eliminated first, and really for the whole dynamic of what we all wanted to be going for us, I knew that I kind of had to take that in my own hands and, kind of guarantee the tribe's spot by blocking you from winning immunity. So I think that, I think that to separate myself from the group a little bit and to really plead my case for as to why I should win, I just think that when it came down to it, one of these guys wouldn't be here if I hadn't beaten you in that challenge. And, I gave it my all, and I was loyal to these guys, and yeah, that's really all I can say. I think I won when I had to win.
I guess I could say something pretty similar about our team event, with like the can and whatever the stick staff thing was called. We were behind, and I did what I had to do to like secure our final point. And as Kane had said, one of us wouldn't be here if I didn't. So
yeah, and I feel like I
I've said what I could about how I've done in the games. I wouldn't put it as instrumental, but I would say that my performance has been solid throughout. So I'm just hope that factors in, like I said.
All right, let's get to the vote. The power is in the hands of the jury. Jury, just a reminder, the name you will be putting down is the name of the person you want to win. All right? I'm sure you've all decided. If not, you have until you get to that booth to decide. Abby, you're first. All right, before I read the votes, Kane, can I have that back?
Yes, you can, Chris.
This will be another reward on top of the title of Sole Survivor and the $50. I'll go tally the votes. No immunity idols to play, so I'll get right to the vote. First vote, Kane. Riley.
Oh, that's so cute.
Riley. That's 2 votes, Riley. 1 vote, Kane.
That's fair, I'll take that.
Kane. That's 2 votes, Riley. 2 votes, Kane. 1 vote left.
Oh my gosh.
Dan.
Oh my god.
So here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna revote. Dan is no longer a contender. All right? When you 5 revote, you will either vote for Kane or vote for Riley. All right? Same order. Abby, you're up.
Guys, I can't stand the drama right now. My anxiety is through the roof.
All right, for the last time, I'll go tally the votes. All right. It to the final 3 and then down to a final 2 after a tiebreaker. Yeah, 5 votes left of Survivor Wood River to decide who will be the winner of $50, our really cool immunity idol, and the title of Sole Survivor. First vote, Riley.
Yes.
Riley. Kane.
I like that one.
That's 2 votes, Riley. 1 vote, Kane. 2 votes left. Kane. That's 2 votes, Kane. 2 votes, Riley.
Jury.
1 vote left. The winner of Survivor Wood River, Riley.
Yay!
Congratulations, come on up.
Woo! $50 richer.
Yeah, all in a day's work.
Winner of Immunity Idol, the title of Sole Survivor, and $50.
Yay!
The sun is setting.
8 castaways were left in the middle of Hope Valley, Rhode Island, along the Wood River, for the greatest social experiment. An entire day without their phones, in the mud, horse poop, and battling against each other, until Riley came victorious as sole survivor. Tune in again next time with SulliCell Productions of Survivor.